Guys like us that work on ranches are the loneliest guys in the world. They got no family, they don't belong to no place. They come to ranch and woke up a stake, and then they get in a town and blow their stick. And the first thing you know, they're pounding their tail on some other ranch. They ain't got nothing to look ahead to. Lenny was delighted. That's it. Now tell how it was with us. George went on. With us, it ain't like that. We got a future. We got somebody to talk to that gives a damn about us. We don't have to sit in no bar room blowing in our jack just because we got no place else to go. If them other guys get in jail, they can rot for all anybody gives a damn. But not us. Lenny broke in. But not us. And why? Because I got to look after me and you got me to look after you. And that's why he laughed lightly. Go on, George, go on. This is the story of George and Lenny. And the story kind of low key reminds me of Joey and Chandler. And the funny thing is that in Friends, actually, Chandler has this point where he says to Joey, "Easy there, Lenny," because you will find out why that reference was relevant with Joey and Chandler. So it is a one of the saddest story I've ever read, and I know you guys would be like कि मैंने पीछे भी एक story के बारे में ऐसे कहा था. But the reason for its sadness was different, and the reason for this sadness is a lot more different. This is the story of innocence portrayed wrongly. It is the story of innocence taken as wrongly, and it is the story of somebody who has a lot of love to give, but he shouldn't give that love away. Because why? Because he doesn't know that the love he gives away or the love he has in his heart can damage the things or the people he loves. And I'm talking about Lenny. Lenny is a guy who is really tall and strong, and he doesn't have actual sense of things. He's like a child at heart and from brain, and he loves soft, cute things. So ये जो शुरू में मैंने आपको स्टोरी बताई है, ये इसका बेस्ट फ्रेंड है जॉर्ज, जो इसको आई डोंट नो कब से जानता है. ठीक है. और every time Lenny was in problem, George was there to help him out because George is all brain and he knows कि Lenny जैसे इंसान को कैसे हैंडल किया जा सकता है, उसकी हेल्प कैसे की जा सकती है, and he himself only knows the innocence in Lenny's heart. अब मैं आपको बता दी कि मैंने जोई चैनलर का क्यों आपको दिया था इसके साथ रेफरेंस, बिकॉज इन द एपिसोड वेयर जोई गोज एंड गेट्स द चिक फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम एंड ही इज लाइक oh, I'm gonna love that. Chandler was scared कि वो इतनी जोर से कहीं चिक को स्क्विश ना कर दे जोई कि actually he's loving and caring for that chick but he might die. And this actually happens in this story, and that is why Chandler said to Joey, easy there, Lenny. So so होता कुछ ऐसे है कि ये दो बॉयज़ जो होते हैं ये एक जगह से निकले होते हैं एंड वहाँ पे भी कोई इस तरह का इशू हुआ होता है जो कि उन्होंने लोग ही बताया है कि Lenny was trying to be nice with some girl and something happened and she blamed him for harassment and then they have to leave that town. और उसके बाद जॉर्ज कहता है कि कोई बात नहीं, हम एक और रैंच पे जाएंगे और वहाँ जाके काम करेंगे. बट जो मैंने आपको शुरू में पॉइंट सुनाया उसका मकसद ही ये था कि दिस इज़ दैट एरिया आफ्टर द ग्रेट डिप्रेशन जिस वक्त लोग जो थे रैंच टू रैंच फील्ड टू फील्ड काम करते थे ऑन अ डेली बेसिस टू और मे बी ऑन अ वीकली बेसिस टू गेट सम मनी एंड देन दे यूज्ड टू मूव समवेयर एल्स, और उन्होंने इसी तरह की अपनी लाइफ प्लान की हुई थी. बट जॉर्ज और लेनी ऑलवेज वांटेड कि हम बाद में अपना एक रैंच खुद बनाएंगे, फार्म बनाएंगे और उसमें जो होगा उनका अपना घर होगा जिसमें रैबिट्स होंगे, बर्ड्स होंगे और उनके पास काउज एंड पिग्स एंड एवरीथिंग होगा एंड दे विल बी हैप्पी एंड नोबडी वुड बी मीन टू देम. अब लेनी की जो इनोसेंस है वो ये दिखाई है कि he actually ends up loving all the soft and cute things. Or maybe you guys have heard of cute aggression. Is a phenomenon not known very much to people, but many people have विटनेस्ड और एक्सपीरियंस दैट कि जब आपको कोई चीज़ बहुत क्यूट लगती है ना तो कभी तो उनको स्क्वीज इट. Literally, this is what Lenny did, and this story became the sad part. Actually, they went on a ranch. They were supposed to work for a couple of days. They found out a couple of people जिनसे उनकी दोस्ती हुई, and then there is a little bit of the talk about racism. उस point को उन्होंने बड़े nicely उठाया है. And इस book में काफ़ी सारी ऐसी चीज़ें जो हमारे जहन में आती हैं बट वी डोंट टॉक अबाउट दैम. So what happens is उस ranch पे they find a guy जो कि उस ranch के मालिक का बेटा था. He was a really rude guy and he was a little bit उसको आप कह लो inferiority complex था, because I believe his one hand was disabled or something, but that made him mean to other people even more. And उसकी एक wife थी जो I can use a word promiscuous about her, but the thing is that she was more of a free spirit. She wanted to go around in the ranch and talk to the guys, and also when people used to tell her, oh you're so pretty, तो वो फिर खुश होती थी, like, and that's totally fine. But ahista ahista what happened that she realized that जो Lenny है वो उसको बहुत like ऐसे देखता है कि like she is like some sort of a very beautiful and cute thing. तो उसको वो स्टेयर वो बात बहुत अच्छी लगती थी. But when George realized that Lenny is kind of having interest in that girl, तो जॉर्ज उसको मना करता है. वो उसको मना करता है कि लैनी तुम्हें याद है ना like how I have like taken care of you before and the bad thing happened with you before, तो अब तुमने ऐसा कुछ नहीं करना, तो stay away from her. And Lenny like a sweet little kid was like हाँ नहीं मैंने अब इस बंदी से बात नहीं करनी, मुझे जॉर्ज ने मना किया था. जॉर्ज said no. अच्छा, अब ऐसे होता है कि उस दिन रैंच पे कुछ इवेंट होता है and everybody was busy there, but Lenny was working inside the hay area and he was alone where that lady comes in and she starts talking to him kind of flirtatiously, but Lenny being like a sweet nice innocent guy, he was like no, George said I'm not supposed to talk to you and everything. But she was like why can't you do anything on your own, you're a grown up man. So she kind of provoked him, and he being Lenny, so वो क्या करता है कि he's like वो कहता है कि हाँ वैसे like your hair are really pretty or like your eyes are really pretty, तो वैसे करते करते he starts like stroking her hair. And the thing I told you before, the cute aggression or the phenomena of psychologically used before, he realizes like, oh, she is really cute and pretty and sweet, and now I want to hug her and I want to like be like possess her. And it wasn't like in a bad or malicious way, it was more like she is a cute kitten or a rabbit or something like that. And at that point that girl tries to like bring herself out of like Lenny's embrace, but she couldn't, because I told you guys before like Lenny was very tall and strongly built guy, and when she tried to pull herself away, Lenny accidentally snaps her neck and she dies at the spot. And then he was worried, oh no, I did the bad thing George was afraid of, George is gonna be so mad, and he like runs away from there. अब उसमें आगे क्या होता है कि when he runs away from there, George and Lenny had a spot like decided already कि हम जब यहाँ से कभी निकलेंगे या कभी कोई मसला हुआ, so we're gonna go to a certain point where the sycamore trees are, और उससे beyond we will go and live in a cave for a while and then we will like start building our field. इस तरह की sweet बातें जॉर्ज उसको बताया करता था. तो जब ये लोग सारे फ्री होके उस जगह पे आते हैं, दे फाइंड दैट गर्ल्स डेड बॉडी, दे गेट सो वरीड एंड एवरीबॉडी क्विकली रियलाइजेस कि हम में से एक ही बंदा मिसिंग है, और लेनी वाज द ओनली गाय जिससे सबसे ज़्यादा शी वाज ट्राइंग टू टॉक टू. तो दे ऑल ट्राई टू लुक फॉर हिम, and George being with them realizes कि when they're gonna find him they're gonna kill him. तो वो बहुत परेशान होता है और वो उन्हें एक बिल्कुल ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन की तरफ गाइड करता है कि प्रॉब्ली ही वुड हैव वेंट दैट वे, और खुद उसी सिकामोर ट्रीज की तरफ जाना शुरू कर देता है जहाँ उसको पता था कि उनका एक्चुअल सीक्रेट मीटिंग पॉइंट था. एंड देन ही गोज देयर एंड नी और जॉर्ज एक दूसरे को देख के बहुत खुश हो जाते हैं, बट जॉर्ज से कहता है कि लेनी वो देखो दूर देयर इज अ केव where we're gonna go like I told you about, तो उसकी तरफ देखो और मुझे वो स्टोरी सुनाओ जो मैं तुम्हें सुनाता होता हूँ कि हमारा रैंच होगा, उस पर बर्ड्स होंगे, उसमें रैबिट्स होंगे, उसमें इतनी थिक क्रीम मिल्क हमें मिला करेगा that it'll be we have to use a knife to cut it off. They were like sweet things they used to talk about. And Lanny was looking there, and then there was sudden a gunshot, and George kills Lanny because George didn't want anybody else to kill or torture his friend, but he also knew that his friend needs क्या मैं word use escape from this life, because his innocence and his purity of heart would not be understood. लेनी को एक harasser और maybe rapist का नाम दिया जाता, जो कि जॉर्ज नहीं चाहता था, और उसको probably trial दी जाती बहुत ही बुरी वाली, तो उससे पहले कि कोई उसके दोस्त को हर्ट करता उसने उसको खत्म कर दिया. Thing is that afterwards I watched that movie which has John Malkovich playing the Lenny's role, and he played that role very nicely, and that movie was made in 1992, so if you guys want to check that out, you guys can do that. And apart from that, I guess that's it for today. Do let me know what you guys feel, and have you ever read this book before? Or this book was winner of Nobel Prize in Literature, and this book was written by John Steinbeck, and do give it a try. It's just 88 pages.